The name alone strikes fear and awe. She was a legend, a pirate queen who ruled the seas. In the early 1700s, she challenged every rule. She lived a life of adventure, defiance, and ultimately, mystery. Born in Ireland, Anne's fiery spirit showed itself early. She refused to be confined by the expectations of her time. She craved freedom and adventure. The seas called to her. Anne's story takes us from the shores of Ireland to the warm waters of the Caribbean. She transformed herself from a young woman trapped by society's rules into a fearless pirate. She fought alongside the notorious Calico Jack Rackham. Her bravery and skill in battle became legendary. This is the tale of Anne Bonny. Buckle your swash and hoist the sails. We're setting off on a journey through her incredible life. Anne's early life was far from the salty air and freedom of the open sea. She grew up in a small, traditional Irish village, surrounded by the rolling green hills and the rugged coastline that defined the landscape. She was born into a world of strict rules and expectations, where every aspect of life was governed by old Irish laws and customs. Imagine Ireland in the late 1600s, a place where tradition held a firm grip on society. Life was harsh, especially for a young woman with a spirit like Anne's. The daily struggles were many, and the opportunities for women were few. Her father, a lawyer, tried to control her every move. He was a man of the law, and he believed in order and discipline. He wanted her to conform to the societal norms of the time, to be obedient and dutiful. He tried to marry her off to a wealthy man, someone who could provide her with a secure future. But Anne had other plans. She was not one to be easily swayed or controlled. She yearned for a life beyond the confines of her father's expectations. She often found herself daydreaming about the vast open sea and the adventures it promised. Anne's rebellious nature burned brightly within her. She was determined to carve out her own path. She refused to be tamed or held back by the constraints of her upbringing. She dreamed of a life where she could make her own choices, a life of adventure, a life at sea, where the horizon was the only limit. Against her father's wishes, she fell in love. Not with a wealthy suitor, but with a poor sailor who shared her dreams of freedom. Her father disowned her, unable to accept her choices. This only fueled Anne's desire for freedom even more. This only fueled Anne's desire for freedom. She knew that her future lay beyond the shores of Ireland. She was determined to break free from the constraints of her life. She packed her belongings and prepared to leave everything she had ever known. With nothing left to lose, she set sail with her lover, leaving Ireland behind. Together, they embarked on a journey towards a new life, filled with endless possibilities and the promise of adventure. Anne and her lover sailed across the vast, unpredictable ocean to the Bahamas, seeking adventure and a new life. This chain of islands was a notorious haven for pirates, a place where the law was but a distant memory. It was a dangerous world, filled with treacherous waters and ruthless pirates, but it was the world Anne craved and felt destined for. It was on these lawless shores, amidst the chaos and freedom, that she met the man who would change her life forever. John Rackham, better known as Calico Jack. He was a charismatic and daring pirate captain, known for his bold exploits and fearless nature. Anne was irresistibly drawn to his roguish charm, his audacity, and his life of unrestrained freedom on the high seas. She abandoned her former life without hesitation and joined Calico Jack's crew, eager to embrace the pirate's life. But Anne was no ordinary woman. She was determined, fierce, and unyielding. She refused to stay hidden below deck where most women were expected to remain. She cut her hair short, donned men's clothing, and transformed herself into a formidable pirate. Anne took up arms alongside the men, proving her worth in every skirmish. Calico Jack saw her indomitable spirit and fierce determination. He recognized her strength, her skill, and her unwavering resolve. Anne quickly proved herself to be a valuable member of the crew, earning the respect of her fellow pirates. She was fearless in battle, a skilled swordsman, and a cunning strategist, always ready to lead the charge and outwit their enemies. And so began Anne Bonny's life as a pirate. Born in Ireland, Anne was the daughter of a servant woman and a wealthy plantation owner. Her fiery spirit and rebellious nature were evident from a young age. She embraced the freedom and the danger of the pirate's life, leaving behind the constraints of society. She sailed with Calico Jack, becoming one of his most trusted lieutenants. Together, they formed a formidable partnership, feared by many. Their ship, adorned with the Jolly Roger, became a symbol of terror in the Caribbean. The sight of their flag struck fear into the hearts of sailors. Tales of Anne's exploits spread like wildfire. Her daring raids and fearless demeanor made her a legend among pirates and a nightmare for her enemies. She was known for her ferocity in battle, never hesitating to engage in combat. She fought with the same skill and ruthlessness as any man, some say even more. Her presence on the battlefield was both inspiring and terrifying. She was a crack shot with a pistol and a whirlwind with a cutlass. Her combat skills were unmatched, making her a formidable opponent. Anne was more than just a fierce fighter. She was a brilliant strategist, always thinking several steps ahead. She was also cunning and intelligent, using her wits to outmaneuver her enemies. She played a key role in planning raids and outsmarting their pursuers. Her strategic mind was a crucial asset to the crew. She was involved in every aspect of their piratical ventures, from planning to execution. Merchants and naval officers trembled at the mention of her name. Her reputation as a fierce and cunning pirate preceded her. Anne Bonny, the red-haired fury, became a legend in her own time. Her legacy as one of the most formidable pirates in history endures to this day.